don't shake your heads. I would not know. You should speak. Then I can see you. Very nice. Okay. I see we've got some new members joining us today. We've got somebody. Okay. Hare Krishna. We cannot see your name, Mother. We just see Galaxy tab 52. My name is Ambarish Das. Hare Krishna. Would you like to introduce yourself, please? We can't hear you.
Hello.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dinesh Kaur.
Welcome. Where are you from? कहाँ से हैं?
Sikandrabad.
Sikandrabad. Okay. Very nice. Hare Krishna. You can understand English well. You can.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
nice. Then you'll enjoy us. Hare Krishna. Nice to have you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. And we also see Mansi Ganga Mataji. Is it Hare Krishna? You're the same from Rajkot?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I'm from Minneapolis,
Oh,
USA.
Minneapolis. Sorry, excuse me. Yes.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Very nice. Nice to see you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna.
What is the time in Minneapolis now?
It is about 1:07 at evening. I just finished my duty because I'm a police in Minneapolis.
Oh, wow.
And I finished my duty, so I just came home and I was restless. I decided this is perfect opportunity to see Prabhuji.
Very nice.
So I just wanted to catch him for a long time. So I got opportunity to catch Prabhuji.
Very nice to see you, Mother. Hare Krishna.
Nice to see you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna.
Okay, wonderful. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, I have a question. Now, this question is for Divyanshi. Divyanshi, can you tell us in this last 1 week, what was that? In which ways did you see Krishna consciousness help you? I know I put you on spot, but we start with somebody who's we can rely upon to put on spot. We'll start the circulation every week, you know. If you do not have, say, no, I see Krishna every day, that's fine. You can say that too. And I'll find somebody else to talk about.
Probably the question is that how do I think that Krishna consciousness has helped me in this past week?
Yes, in this week, did you remember Krishna? How did you remember Krishna, or has helped you, you know?
I find that whenever like my work day is going really long and I get really tired and exhausted in the middle of it and I kind of lose the motivation to keep working. So I take like 15-20 minutes out of that and I try to read some book or do my chanting or something, and I feel like it immediately kind of rejuvenates my energy and I'm able to work for like consistently for long hours as opposed to my peers. Like I feel like they tend to get a bit distracted and like lose their energy, but I feel like I'm able to work for longer and more consistently because I keep taking those breaks to connect with the books and my chanting, and I feel like that's really helping me.
Oh, very nice. So what you do is you said you take some breaks in between, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, and just like everybody's allowed to take breaks, somebody go and take cigarette break. You take a Krishna conscious break, is it? Is that the whole idea?
Yeah.
Very nice. See, this is what we teach you. So anybody tells you, if your grandparents or your parents say, what did you learn from Krishna consciousness? Tell them this. This is what we have done. You know, I remember when I started my career in sales, I was to be in hardcore selling in India, in one of the top companies, you know, where they were known for hardcore selling, Godrej, you know, selling typewriters. Boy, I can tell you, it's very tough. The typewriter was going at the time, computer was coming, and electronic typewriter was coming, and they would spend a lot of time teaching us that how we should take a break when you hear too many no's in sales, you know, just take a break and and go back and verify this, you know, and get your strength back. So go for a smoke, they say, you know, and bounce like a ball, you know, when it comes back. So Well, I remember that what you said. So you're already doing that. Wonderful, wonderful. So you think your productivity also has increased because of this?
Yes, Prabhuji, definitely.
So I heard you started a new job now. You started a job right now, is it?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So whenever they tell you what is the secret of your this, what are you going to tell them? What is the secret for your energy, high energy? What are you going to tell them?
Well, no one has asked me, but they just assume that
You
I'm a
just started.
fast pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they will ask you one day. What are you going to tell them?
I don't know. I haven't thought of that yet.
You don't know. You are
But
you're learning from us. You're not giving credit to us. What do you mean you don't know?
I mean, I don't know what I'll tell them, but I'll um
Oh, this is not
uh,
good. You must tell them the secret of my success that I get motivated and I can keep working more is because come and join Hare Krishna weekend. No, why not? Why not? We had Avinash Krishna Prabhu's son. He took credit for it. What was that point he said? You remember Pranshu? What did Pranshu did? He took my example of that bus. The famous example of the bus with a baby in a rainy season. And accepting that person say, yeah, you're right. And he took a step back, saying positively, and he got all the credits. I said, that's right. Did you give us a credit back? So don't say you don't know. What are you going to tell them? What are you going to tell them?
that come and join Hare Krishna we can.
Yeah, no, it is because of Prabhupada's books. You must study. This is a book that I study. The Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhāgavatam I study. I said, what? You study Bhagavatam? Bhagavad Gita? Such big, big words. Are you mad or something? He said, mad? Do I look mad? So you are giving me credit. Now I'm giving you the answer and you are talking to me like this? See, you see, when I was in India, I was very surprised. This month, I had kept quiet with my mom. So I'm going to spend time with my mother. I'm not going to go anywhere away. And I came back. But I was surprised to see many people came from somewhere else. All these big shots and small shots, all very distressed. And they asked me, "So how you must be all right, huh?" I said, "Yeah, I'm very satisfied and very happy." And their eyes lit up. I said, "Very satisfied, very happy. How is it?" I said, "I'm trying to be." And they would ask me all these fundamental questions. Why Radha and why Krishna? And I was surprised. Look at them. I said, "What are you doing, man? You're talking, asking me this question, which is like PhD level question. And how long are you going to give me to give answer to this question? 1 minute? 2 minutes? So this requires education. So you send your children very happily to go to kindergarten, and then they go to primary school, and then you pay that for fees for their tuitions also, and they go to secondary school, and then again they go to junior college and senior college, and then whatnot thing, and then you become chartered accountant. You'd spend so many years for doing it, and you want this answer for this life in 2 minutes. So some people are giving answers, others are no, you can't. You have to give more time. So this is what I told everybody this time when I came. Next time when I go, we'll see what happens, whether I come back or not. But they were surprised. I was surprised. I was surprised to see them getting surprised. So it requires education. So this is rocket science or what, man? Bhagavad Gita is educating, no? It's a book. Just like you've got physics books, English book, you read English, then you read your grammar, you do all those things, sentences and all those, and then you read about a big, big philosophy, baby writers. Similarly with geography, with history, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. And they actually went back and said, see, something we learned today. And I said, wow. That's why we have got general group, and from there we've got beginners, then we've got intermediate, and the leaders group. Wonderful. So next week, somebody else will be asked this question. So be prepared. How did you learn? What did you implement Krishna consciousness in this 1 week? All right, wonderful. Now that we are out with this, let us ask one more question to all our beginners program. Do we remember where did we stop last time? This would have been a few weeks ago. Or am I the only person who remembers things? Because I'm your servant. What do you think, Suchi? Do you remember?
Uh, Hare Krishna Guruji. Yes, we were discussing about Shankaracharya ji. That I remember. Like it was few weeks back, but we were discussing the book where we were discussing about Lord Shankaracharya.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
Rest I really I
Yes.
forgot it.
Yes, that's right. It is part of. That's good. That's good. I give you that. Wonderful. We're talking on super consciousness in Bhagavad Gita, and that's where we could talk about Shankaracharya there. Yeah. So great stuff. So we'll continue with our reading with it. Okay. But before I do that, does any one of you have any questions on your realizations or thinking for the week? If you have something to say, oh, this happened to me, how to understand this, or any concept which you read, which it picks your brain. We will wait 10 seconds and then if not, then we'll start the program. No? Okay, wonderful. So let's start. I'll share the screen and right. This is exactly where we stopped. You see the highlighted portion, Suchi? Oh, no. What did not happen? Here it is. Can you see this now?
No, Guruji. Now I
Now can you see?
now
Okay. All right. Wonderful. Let's go. You read the highlighted portion first, yeah?
so in the Bhagavad Gita, the practice of Krishna consciousness is described as Rajavedi, the king of all erudition, Rajguna, the most confidential system of spiritual realization, Pavitram, the purest of all the pure, Sukham, very happily performed, and Avayayam, inexhaustible.
Very nice. Just hold for a second, okay? We'll just state this point again. So in Bhagavad Gita, the practice of Bhakti Yoga or Krishna consciousness is described as Rajavidya, which is not king of erudition. Sorry, what happened? Did it go down? Excuse me. By the time I search there. So, right. Okay, Manchananga wants to say, Parvaji, your contribution to leave. Okay, thank you very much, Mother, for joining us. Manchananga Mataji wants to leave. Or it's too late for her. Right. So now Rajavidya means king of knowledge. No? Raj Guhyam, which means the confidential knowledge for self-realization. Okay? Raj Guhyam is the most confidential system of spiritual realization. Then there is Pavitram, means purest of the pure. Then Susukham means very happily performed. Avyayam means inexhaustible. Now, all this is all right. King of knowledge is the most important thing. Confidential knowledge is the most important thing. Purest of the pure is the most important thing. Inexhaustible is important thing. But Susukham, very happily performed. Remember, this information is very, very happily performed. Okay. If we are not happy in our Krishna consciousness, then we are not doing it right. Yeah? If you are happy, don't talk about challenges. Challenges is different thing. But happiness is one thing. And there is a first taste which everybody experiences. Raise your hand if you feel happy when you're being in Krishna consciousness. Yeah, all of us are happy. Wonderful. Okay. Now we'll start again now. Start with the discussion now. Can you see now, Suchi?
Yes, yes.
All right. Let's start again from here. Those.
Oh. Those who have taken to this sublime bhakti yoga system, this practice of devotional service is transcendental love of Krishna, can testify to how they are nicely enjoying its happy and easy execution. Yoga means controlling the senses, and bhakti yoga means purifying the senses. When the senses are purified, they are also automatically controlled. You cannot stop the activities of the senses by artificial means. But if you purify the senses, not only are they kept back from rubbish engagement, but also become positively engaged in transcendental service to the Lord.
Okay, right. Do you want to read this again? Because we'll have to explain this, what's going on. Take a few seconds to read this and then we'll stop the screen and we'll hear from everybody. What do they understand from this? Right. Hare Krishna. Now, can you explain in your own words, Suchi? What's going on here? What is Prabhupada trying to say here?
Prabhuji, here what I uh, took out from this particular paragraph is that here Srila Prabhupada is saying that everybody is doing like bhakti. It's a bhakti yoga. So yoga means that you are getting detached from the senses. Uh, but in bhakti yoga, this is done very happily and very easily. Uh, as everything you are, of course, you are getting detached to the senses, but attaching it to Lord Himself or Krishna. So in this process, this whole detachment system becomes easy. It's not about not taking or not eating food. It's about eating prasad. It's about what you attach it to Krishna and then having it.
Okay, okay. All right, thank you very much. Right, anybody else like to say? What about you, Mahesh? What do you think? Mahesh is here. Yes, Mahesh. What did you understand?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So in Bhakti Yoga, Prabhu, so in Bhakti Yoga, we need to detach ourselves from material enjoyment and material things. So we enjoy the material things through our senses. So and try rather than trying to artificially detach our senses or controlling them, we engage them in Krishna's service. So, in order to purify them. So once the senses are purified, your mind get purified. And so yeah, so rather than controlling them, engage them in the service of the Lord, and that is the easiest process to detach it from the material things and material enjoyment too.
Okay, all right. Thank you. What do you think, Divanshi? Want to say something more?
Prabhuji, just that Prabhupada is trying to tell us that when our senses are not involved in our rubbish or mundane engagements, and then when we actively try to engage them in devotional service, it's a very enjoyable and happy process. And it's not that you can artificially try to control them by some yoga system or by uh, artificially trying to not indulge in those activities. Just that when you divert your attention to Krishna and to your devotional services, your mind is a lot more at peace and satisfied. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm looking for one alluding point, That's good. All of you are good. Right. Matajis, let's hear from Matajis. So, seniors, please. What do you think? Are you want to say something? I put a general note so no Mataji will speak now. Everything they are not talking to me, somebody else. This is how it is, From a if you want to from a big group of people, you say we want some people to help. Nobody will come to help. People say we want 5 people to help. Can 5 people please come? Then they'll say, okay, 1 gone, 2 gone, 3 gone. Okay, I'll go now 4. This is how the crowd does. So it is. So Mataji, no. So I'll ask personally then. All right, Namata Mataji, can you verify? What can you say any points on what did you understand from this part? Are you there with us?
Hare Krishna, Babaji.
Yes, Mother. Hari bol. Did you read? Could you see what was there on the screen before?
No, Prabhuji, I was just opening the altar.
That's all right. That's all right. No problem. Let's move on. What about Dolly Mataji? She's at work or she's at home? Or did you read, Mother? What is on the screen?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mother.
Nothing on the screen I
Oh,
can see, Prabhuji.
When we were reading it, when Suchi Mother was reading it.
No, I just heard, Prabhuji. Sorry.
Yeah, so you did not read. You heard what was spoken, what Prabhupada was saying?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so what did you pick up from that sentence, this paragraph?
Oh, it's really good. One more. Oh, sorry, I can't comment on that, Prabhuji.
Yeah, you don't remember. Okay, no problem. Let's move on. If you have read it, then you will understand.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, all right. What about Saraswati Mataji? Hare Krishna, Mother. Did you read what was there on the screen before or here? Mother, your voice, sorry, audio.
Yes, Prabhuji. So what I understood from that we have to actually engage our senses, not to control them. And also this devotional service has to be done, it has to be joyfully performed. Otherwise, if it will be a burden. If we are enjoying it, doing devotional service happily, then it's always energizing you. And otherwise, yeah, there is this. Otherwise, this will be a routine only. So that is Raj Vidya, and it's very mysterious kind of service which gives you too much happiness, because you enjoy performing this devotional service. So, yes, Prabhuji.
You want to do more and more.
Yes, Prabhuji. You want to do more and more.
Yes, that's good. Thank you. So when we do more and more, that's a sign that we are enjoying. Now just see. I want you to see it again, okay? And I'll point out some points to you, all of you. All right? I want you guys to read this way. This is how we're going to train you people, okay? Just see this. Right. Listen. Those who have taken to this most sublime bhakti yoga system, this practice of devotional service is transcendental love of Krishna, can. So what is it now? What does it do? Can testify to how they are nicely enjoying It's happy and easy execution. Now only you will enjoy it when it's easily done. Right? This is very important. Enjoyment with easy execution. Okay, let's go further. Now, this is a very important paragraph. Okay. Now Prabhupada says yoga means controlling the senses. That's yoga. And bhakti yoga means purifying the senses. So what do you mean by this purifying the senses? Engaging in the service of Krishna. Suchi, you with us? Yeah. So engaging in the service of Krishna means purifying. Right, that's a good answer. That's a correct answer. But how do you understand that? Engaging in the service of Krishna purifies the senses. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? All of you give the answers. Big pundits. Like big pundits, we give answers. So what do you mean by that? Yoga means controlling the senses. Bhakti yoga means purifying the senses. Before that, it says that it's performed with Krishna easily, happily. So what do you mean by purifying the senses and controlling the senses?
Perhaps that like when our senses are purified, they no longer have those propensities to even indulge in the material things anymore, and
Yeah.
we derive pleasure from.
Yeah, that's right. That is right. That is afterwards.
Yeah.
What do you mean by purifying the senses? Don't tell me a good question. Oh, that's a very good question. You say like this in your tell us your bosses, in the meetings, when there's a complicated situation, what do you think? It's a very good question. Keep quiet. Here I'm a different kind of boss. I'm a servant, so I can ask him in different ways. So what do you mean by purifying senses, Suchi?
Really controlling senses, like it could be I am just curbing what I want to do. It's just restriction, or I want to do it, but I'm just curbing. So it could be controlling impulses.
No, the thing is, it's mentioned here that I'll show it again. I think you're missing this point. So it's here. It's saying that yoga means controlling the senses, and bhakti yoga means purifying the senses. So what do we know? What do we understand by this purifying of the senses? That was my question.
Probably here, what purification would be, for example, if somebody is engaged in eating meat or something else. So purifying would be like you can eat, but not like a purified or a like higher version or a higher taste of it, or maybe like eliminating those things, eating the same, like eating, but not which is very like what say mundane, or like, doing the same thing. For example, listening to the music, but now your taste of music is changed.
Yes, taste of music has changed. So supposing if I go and kill animals, chop a butcher, ta ta ta. Now I say no, I've changed butchery. My heart has changed now. Hriday parivartan ho gaya mera. So have I purified? Is this a definition of purification?
Just changing the profession would not be the term which is associated with.
That's right. So when we say that a person who's eating non-vegetarian stops eating non-vegetarian, so it's purified.
No,
It's not purified.
the mind should be purified.
That's right. The consciousness has changed.
Yeah.
The root cause of the disease has to change. Then we are purified. Right? Remember this point. Remember this point. It's very, very important. Just changing the habit is not purification. Changing of our heart is purification. That is the point. We love Krishna. That's why we offer food that Krishna loves and we eat whatever Krishna eats. Full stop. In Mother Yashoda's whole household, everything that happened was to satisfy Krishna. Full stop. Nothing else. You see, that is the point. Now, in our household, we may not have that facility because maybe, you don't have independent. When you have your own house, you may do all those things, Like I come to our house, you will understand, you can't do this, you can't do that, you do this, you do that, this is how it is, how that. All my relatives don't want to come to me. I said, good, stay away. We are But you come, we'll change you into nice first-class devotees, You're most welcome to come, But they're all very worried, we don't want to come to your home. I said, don't come. Good. I'll come to your home and change you, Don't think about it. Because we go, everything is changing, So you come and everything changes. We don't like you. I said, okay, thank you. Yeah. Don't expect me to change for you. I change. Okay? So purification means from the heart, thing has to go. Huh, Mayuresh? As you tell the people, you people are Jain people, but you still eat onion garlic. I don't eat onion garlic. I'm better Jain than you. Oh, that's right. Full stop, no argument only. So they say, why are you becoming Krishna conscious? Why don't you become Krishna conscious? At least becoming Krishna conscious has made me stop doing this. What have you done? You have done nothing. That's right. That's correct. Mayuresh Pandit Zala. Pandit Mayuresh Patil. This is how it is. And you blame it to your mama and mommy. They are the ones. Mama is always given the credit and blame both. Mama, put everything on the mama. Mama is like this.
Yes, Prabhu. They already blame Mama.
That's right. But when Guru Maharaj would say, difficulty we have in our home, why all this we have got now, all these people, they go to psychiatrists and all that, Maharaj would say. You see, nowadays, if we have any problems and all, then Mama will come, He's a relative, Maharaj would say, There's a connection, relation is there, So he's connected with you, So Mama will come, he'll sit down, you offer him some milk and some snacks to eat, so he'll have that nicely. Talk to everybody, what is it, how's everybody, all right, good. All this is done, then you say, now what is the problem? He said, this is the problem, there is a problem, there is a problem. He said, okay, do this, do that. And he goes away. Problem is solved. This is our psychiatrist, And nowadays, modern psychiatrist, you go and talk to him, he'll nod his head, he'll charge you $100, for nodding his head, doing nothing. He'll give you some medicine which calms you down, and that's what it is, And then the psychiatrist will also need another psychiatrist. Maharaj would say that, He goes to another psychiatrist, who will go to another psychiatrist, and the other psychiatrist is who he goes to, he commits suicide. So why do you want to go all this way? Don't worry, forget about these things, So purification means changing is one thing. Okay? Like, for example, dirty clothes have to be washed nicely. That's all right. Stain goes away. That's all right. But if you're going to do the same work, which is staining your clothes, then what is the point in, you change the work, will not stain your clothes. Change different work. Do different work. Consciousness is very critical. Mindset has to change. So as we always say, Maharaj would say that we are not interested when a robbery is done to catch the robber. We are interested in why, what makes him do this, and change that. That is the point. Okay? So this is the point which Srila Prabhupada is saying. First was that we should be happy and easily executed. Second thing which he spoke about, because you guys did not say, none of you said this. Bhakti Yoga means controlling, purifying the senses, and say when the senses are purified, they are also automatically controlled. So we don't automatically, We do things automatically. We don't have to specifically do things. We don't have to control the senses, and we don't have to do anything extra. In Bhakti Yoga, when the senses are used to satisfy the senses of Krishna, everything is done. Prabhupada says then you cannot stop activities of senses by artificial means. But if you purify your senses, not only are they kept back from rubbish engagements, but also they become positively engaged in transcendental service. What do you understand by this? Read it again. You cannot stop the activities of the senses by artificial means. But if you purify the senses, not only are they kept back from rubbish engagements, but also they become positively engaged in transcendental service to the Lord. What do you understand by this? Sushi, what do you understand by this?
Prabhuji, like as I mentioned before also that these the senses which I have or the sense enjoyment which everybody wish to do uh, can cannot be curbed that way. It's like we want to go to a movie, we want to go to a pub, we want to have enjoyment, want to eat good luxurious food. So if we purify our senses, like changing the mindset and the thought processes that we were discussing, it not only just stops all this engagement, what Srila Prabhupada mentioned here, but also we're going to get diverted or we're going to get devoted towards the transcendental service. That is the loving service. And that is what I'm getting.
It's good. It's very good. You understand the concept well. Can you practically tell me? Have you stopped watching television and
Yeah,
movies?
like the first
Casualty.
stage,
The first casualty is television and movies. That'll slowly creep back again. It'll creep back again. Don't worry.
the first that which happened with me was earlier I used to eat onion and garlic. The the first or the second day, the fifth day, I chanted, and from the like after 1 week or so, it automatically happened that I don't want to eat. Like it wasn't out of force, but
Good.
it was just an automatic process that happened with maybe somebody else's what would be the a television or movie, somebody else's would be something else, but what happened with me was this was the first thing that
Good.
happened.
Good. Very
And
good.
other thing is your heart actually becomes soft. Changing of heart was not initially was experienced by me. Like what you say, like changing of heart. What is changing of heart? Everybody mentioned changing of heart, but actually the changing of heart which I experience, it becomes more compassionate towards everybody. Like you become more empathic towards situation around you, and plus you want to solve the problem also. Like it becomes your problem certainly, and it created many chaos in my life also, but certainly that I've managed.
Don't create others' problem into your problem. Don't do that.
Yeah, yeah, I corrected that also.
You'll die. Okay, okay, that's good. Continue, please continue.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I had a colleague, and he would go to a Buddhist meditation. I said senses can be controlled, but cannot be purified. With that point. So he said that they would make us sit. All of us would sit in meditation. I said, "What do you do in that?" I was curious. He said, "They make us sit and look at the wall, and you would look at the wall, and there's nothing there, just plain wall. So automatically your thought goes away." You're like, yeah, that's right. Good on you, mate. Good on you, mate. When I told him that if you, instead of controlling the senses, engage them in the right way, I like that. That's right. I like that. But they can't give up their, nefarious activities. So they are forced to look at the wall. And momentarily they don't think, they feel peaceful looking at the wall. Can you imagine? That's modern art nowadays. There's nothing there, Some weird, this guy does like this, and workers say such nice, and they write big notes and all that. Nothing there. There's nothing, absolutely nothing there. There's no DT photograph. There is no nothing there. So nice that all full wall is clean, and there's one dots in the middle, and and it goes away, written down. That big signature is there. And they look at the dot and say, "My God, what is he trying to? What is he trying to say? Trying to communicate. This is what he's trying to communicate to the world. He wants to change the world with the dot. The dot is me. The dot is him. And what nonsense they talk about. This is what they do. This guy paid money, went to the Buddhist meditation place. They made him say, "Now don't look at me." This guy said, the monk said, "Turn your back on me and look at the wall." He would look at the wall, and the monk was sleeping for half an hour, And they all looked at the wall and said, "Such nice, peaceful, This is how it is. Foolishness. Even when we would teach, I would teach meditation. People were not interested in Krishna consciousness. I would make them sit quietly. This is what I do for 10 minutes initially. I say, close your eyes and breathe easy. That's what for first 10 minutes, because they come with such jungly. Everybody, not only they just must have had fight with somebody. They must have had drunken problem. They must have some big business deals and all those things. They all with their head they come. They look like all animals when they come inside the meditation room. All of them. They sit down now. They sit down. Sit down. Sit straight. Sit straight. All big man, old man, young man, all like this. All people, boys, girls, women. Say, put the shoulders down, put shoulders down. Close your eyes, close your eyes. Now keep it close, let me tell you. Concentrate on the breathing. And I know nobody concentrates on the breathing. They try 1, 2, and third thing goes away somewhere. And within 3 minutes, I can tell you with guarantee, from a crowd, I could hear snoring. They would go to sleep. I've not done anything to them. And they would just be. And I said, "Don't worry, now you lie down and sleep." They actually go back and they're sleeping. This sleeping, I remember my Guru Maharaj would say this many years ago when I got initiated during those days, 1-2 days. There were some ladies who would do meditation, teach meditation, and devotees, And they say, "Man," Maharaj said, "Foolish people, man. They come to this meditation place to just sleep nicely, man, and paying $30-40. Why can't they sleep in their home nicely? What is the difficulty?" And that's what I would think. Foolish people. They're coming to my place here. In 3 minutes, they go to sleep. But that means they have not got sleep for so long in their homes. And 10 minutes done, and somebody will still be sleeping. I'll say, "Don't worry about him, let him sleep." And actually, we have had programs where a person slept the whole 1 hour nicely. And he said, "Let's do the program." Teach breathing, breathe in, breathe out, all these things, Om, and then I'll do slowly. Then we can, even the impersonal aspect of Om, to bring them to the impersonal aspect of Om, we require them to become human being first, the animal. Then it is Om. And then it is the Paramatma meditation of Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya before Hare Krishna. By Rama chant Hare Krishna, they run away. They say, "I don't want to chant Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya is good enough for me." Foolish. This is how the animalistic tendency is. You see? So controlling the senses and engaging the senses. Engagement may sound easy, but it's very difficult because you have to follow a process. Controlling is the most difficult, but it's very nostalgic. You say, "Wow, I'm controlling my senses. I'm in control." So yes, what do I do? Look at the wall. That's what, look at the wall. That's what they do. Look at the wall. Foolish people, animals. What do you call them? Any good words for them? But we are all like this. They are not foolish. They are not animals. I am that. We are all that. You see, the level of devotional service is so different. We may think, "I'm chanting my rounds, I'm doing devotional service." Of course you are. Absolutely great. Others are not doing it. No problem. You're doing it. Then you say, "I wake up for Mangal Aarti every day at 4:30 in the morning and I chant my rounds." Very nice. Then you say, I wake up for Mangalarti, I read Bhagavatam and chant my rounds. Very nice. Then there are others who concentrate and they go deeper on the subject matter. They analyze it more deeply. When they chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. They realize the sound and Krishna is the same. Do we realize it? No. But we are doing devotional service, but we have to go there. Then we study some books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, we do. That's right. But again, from there, we have to again progress. Automatically, we will progress into the level where we will understand more deeper meanings of the same verses. The same sentences will give us deeper, insightful meaning. And then, when we have to relish those meanings, implement those in our lives, that's where there is no end to devotional service. But the thing is, although there is no end, but the process will help us to stop the repeated cycle of birth and death. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi can stop. That's why it is very powerful. For that, one requires association. Somebody says, I like to sing kirtans. This is our Yuga Dharma. That's best. If you can realize Krishna, it's wonderful. Do that. But not only do that, you read also. No? And there's so many things to be read. So many things to be read. All the people, all the demons who came to kill Krishna, every one of them, they were representatives also of our own anarthas in ourselves, which we are using to kill Krishna in our heart. How about that? But when we think, oh, Krishna killed Aghasura, yeah, Krishna killed Aghasura in that 5,000 years ago. I don't see Aghasura now. But if you see Aghasura in the form of some demon, the inabilities, the tendencies, the anarthas within us, then we say, here is Aghasura trying to destroy Krishna. Now I must curb it. Krishna should destroy him. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes this. Astonishing, isn't it? So this is called purification. And purification means it's a constant purification because our level may be here. Somebody else's level may be there on purification. You see? So that is the point. I had a conversation with some devotees on this point only today. This level. Yeah. Okay. Any questions on this point so far? All clear? So we are discussing purification and control. Right. Okay. Can we go further, please? Krishna consciousness is not manufactured. We finish the discussion today on this.
Yes. Krishna consciousness is not manufactured by us through mental speculation. It is prescribed in the Bhagavad Gita, which says that when we think in Krishna, chant in Krishna, live in Krishna, eat in Krishna, talk in Krishna, hope in Krishna, and sustain in Krishna, we return to Krishna without any doubt. And this is the substance of Krishna consciousness.
Very well. Would you like to repeat this again, please?
Yes. Krishna consciousness is not manufactured by us through mental speculation. It is prescribed in Bhagavad Gita, which says that when we think in Krishna, chant in Krishna, live in Krishna, eat in Krishna, talk in Krishna, hope in Krishna, and sustain in Krishna, we return to Krishna without any doubt. And this is the substance of Krishna consciousness.
Very well. Jai. What did you understand about this? Fairly straightforward. Can you repeat in your own words, please?
Yes, Guruji. So when we say Krishna consciousness, here Prabhupada is mentioning that you have to do everything, every activity of your life related to Krishna, or you have to think, chant, hope, eat, everything should be surrounded by Krishna, and that is Krishna consciousness.
Yes, I'll show you one verse. This is come in the last chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada says, this is what mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, right? Prabhupada said that. Okay, I'll show you where it is mentioned. Here it is, the verse. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can you read this, please?
Manmana bhava mad bhakto man yaji man namaskuru man ives ivesyati satyam te praji jane priyosti me.
Okay. Man bana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam eveshyasi satyam te pratijane priyosmi me. The two verses are there like this. Okay. So man mana bhava mad bhakto. Man manaha means always think of me. Repeat this, please. Read this translation.
Always think of me and become my devotee. Worship me and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend.
So it's not only for Arjuna, it's for everybody. He's saying, always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this, because you are my very dear friend. The same was mentioned by Valmiki to Lord Ram when Lord Ram asked him, where should I stay in the forest? He said, you stay where people have given up everything onto you. You know, that's where you must stay. Don't stay anywhere else. Yeah? So, this is the sum and substance of Krishna consciousness. Complete absorption in Krishna. Now, you will say, if you're completely absorbed in Krishna, then how will you maintain your family? How will you go to work? Don't give us this. You see all the time. People, you can do that if you want to. Who's stopping you from going to work? Do you say you should not go to work? No. Do you say you should not have children? No. Do you say you should not have America? You should not have a car to drive? No, we say you should have plane to go to work. For goodness sake, why be bothered about what you may for any say you may go use a submarine to go to your work if you want to go. No problem. What has that got to do with your Krishna consciousness? Your understanding is wrong. People's understanding is wrong to say they think about me only. That means you don't think anything else. That is stupidity. Of course, you think only about him only, nothing else. But don't allow anything else to think. That is not an excuse for you not to think. That is a point to understand. When anybody says this, tell them this point. How can we not think about our family and all that? Yes, of course you think of family. But don't only think about your family. If you think about Krishna, you will see the whole world to be your family. Because everyone is a children of God, child of God. Yeah? Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay. Now, I know we are in an interactive session and we're finishing this particular chapter on super consciousness. Does anyone have any questions to share or anything to ask, or seniors would like to say something? Please feel free. Now is the time. First, yes, Suchi.
Guruji, everything should be surrounded or should be absorbed. You should be absorbed in Krishna and Krishna consciousness. But isn't that require a huge amount of surrenderance to Krishna? Because if you say that you will going to do your work perfectly, but the end result you don't have to worry about the end result. but that certainly requires a huge amount of surrenderance to Krishna, that everything will be going to taken care. Because yes, we say that we have to give everything to Krishna and be surrendered. But this process is what I am also struggling more or less, that you you do certain things, but then you have expectation around that, or you like I'm doing so hard work for that, or I don't know, I'm having a confusion around me what type of things I'm going to do, because here we are stepping into the material world, earning, learning, making our own career, developing that. So these kind of situations tends to puzzle us a lot, like me.
Yes. So, what is the question?
So it's not a it's a kind of a question, but realization that a sort of surrenderance is required, and here I struggle a lot for
Oh,
developing that kind of.
I struggle a lot too. So, what can I say? You're not the only one. You're not the only one. But at the same time, laughing apart, it's just making it, calming down the senses. So I laughed on this point. But this is a process. That's why it's called a process. Follow the process. Like a child did not start to walk straight away. They were crawling first. They would be first sleeping, then they would turn around. When Krishna slept, when turn around, there was a festival. They created a big festival. The Brahmanas were coming, Krishna was doing Abhishekam, all those done to him nicely. When Krishna started to crawl, there was another Abhishekam, another festival. And then he started to walk, right? Same thing with us. So same thing in Bhakti Yoga. What you want to achieve is the goal that you want to achieve. But the process is in itself purifying, that you want to do it. It may be you finding it hard. It is a hard process. It's not easy process. But you're doing it. I remember I had given this example in the past, but I'll give it again. It's relevant to your question. Where I used to work, that person, he's no more now. He passed away as a young man. I think last time, yeah. So he was a millionaire. I wouldn't want to name him right now. So he would quite like me, although I used to work as a manager. I made a lot of money for him, from Bombay. He was in Mumbai then. So he then realized I came to Krishna consciousness and all those things. So he asked me, I want to ask you one question, boss. I said, no, you're my boss. You ask me. Don't call you boss. You're the habit of saying this. So we always call each other bosses. So he told me that I'm a millionaire. I said, yes, you are a millionaire. He said, how do I become billionaire? You tell me. You're in this path. I said, I'm in spiritual path, not to make money. I was telling myself, what is asking me in spiritual path, so I should give him idea to become billionaire. Then why will I not become billionaire then? If I give the idea. So actually I told him that you're asking the wrong person. I told him. So you must ask this to your people who are working for you, managers and accountants and your, consultants and all that. This is what I told him honestly. He said, no. I want to ask you only because you are in these things. You tell me, how do I become a billionaire? He insisted. I wasn't very happy to give answer straight away. He asking me questions, he's an important person, so I give an answer. My answer could be more valuable than him being a billionaire. So I said, okay, then I told him this. You see, when you are detached for the outcome after doing your work, you will become billionaire. So he couldn't understand that. I said, see, right now you are doing one project and you have some expectation for the project to come give you some results, some return. But if it does not give you the return, you are attached to the results of it. So your next project would be less. You'll be demotivated to do the next project. The first project did not give you. Or even if you are motivated, even the second project will go down, your third project will be demotivated. I said, but if you are not attached to the results, if you're attached to the process of doing things correctly and making money, then you'll be able to do multiple projects like this, and ultimately you'll become more revenue stream will come, and you'll become billionaire. This is thank you, boss. One day we will meet, we will cross the path. Never know. It never happened. He passed away, left his body. But who knows? Krishna has his own ways. But this is answered. You got this point? So that particular millionaire also, who would employ hundreds and thousands of people under him, was struggling with this problem, which you are struggling. But you are an advantage, Suchi, that you know the answer and you are struggling to achieve that perfection, which in itself is purifying. No, never give up. Others do not know the answers. So they're asking to other people, you tell me. And he asked me because he trusted me, because I made a lot of money for him. And I told him, why are you asking me? I'm not a millionaire, billionaire. And you've got people around you who can give you more answers than me. Or you can hire people to give you more answers than me, better answers than me. He said, no, you tell me. You see? And what I gave him the answer is what you know the answer. Now you tell me. With that millionaire, billionaire, whoever they were, when they have got people who could guide them, still they are confused with the answer. And you are not confused with the answer. Who's better off? You or them? You are better off. Don't value everything with money. He had to ask me the question. Remember this point. I was an employee of his. And money-wise, you cannot compare me and him because I don't want to become like him. I don't have that much riches. I mean, it's written there, it will come, but I'm more than happy with my aeroplanes and jet planes and all that. That's all right. Okay? But we cannot compare each other. The question is about comparison. Did I ask a question to him, boss, how do I become millionaire like you? I didn't say that. He told me how to become billionaire, you see? So who was a student here, me or him?
That man.
Yeah, that's right. And to meet him, people have to wait long queues. So that's why I'm telling you, you may be just an employee. Your struggles may seem to be very, menial to you. The bigger people have bigger struggles. But you got the answer. That is very powerful. To have an answer is very powerful. To achieving it, it will come. You people are very lucky. At an early age, you're doing this. So you'll achieve success. No doubt. The process will help you. Chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra regularly, minimum 16 rounds if you can. Reading Bhagavad Gita as it is. Study with your group, the team, like-minded people, devotees. You got counselors like Avinash Kashababu Saraswati Mataji helping you at every stage. Very fortunate. Reading Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita, then Srimad Bhāgavatam, stages which they will teach you, coming to that level, before what to study and learn. If I had this at my age, I would consider myself so fortunate. Okay? So your relations are good, keep it positive. And you're not alone, but you've got the answer. Is it okay? I didn't hear you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Okay. Sure, huh? No, you're not just saying nodding it for the sake of it.
No, not really, just for the sake.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, anyone else has any questions or realizations or something to say? Please feel free. First, we'll have questions. I'll wait for 10 seconds for any questions to come through. Okay, questions are exhausted. Now, anything anyone wants to say? Anything? Realizations? Add, subtract. No? Okay. All our Pandits have to say something. Pandits and the Panditains, their wives. Want to say something? No? Okay, wonderful. Jai. Hare Krishna. So, with this, we conclude our session today. And what we discussed, what is the one thing that we have learned? Suchi, can we start with you? Just one thing, one sentence answer, or one word answer.
One word, but in one sentence, purification and surrender both require process and commitment to the process.
Yeah, good. Very good. Just on spot I put you in. You came out very nicely. You came out swinging. Great. Great, great. Wonderful. Okay. Who else is there now? What about you, Divanshi?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji, that purifying the senses doesn't just mean that you change your habits on the outward of it, that you not just that you stop doing the things that you were doing before, that you should like have the deep rooted realization in your heart, and you should those propensities should go away from your mind. That is the real meaning of purifying the senses.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Okay. All right. Anything else anyone wants to say before we finish today? All done. Okay, great stuff. All right. So, whose turn is it today to sing Maharaj, Maharaj before we finish today's class?
Subhadra will sing.
Subhadra, Hare Krishna Subhadra, कैसे हैं आप?
I'm good, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna बोलो madam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Subhadra. Hare Krishna Madhav, कैसे हैं आप?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Good, good, good.
Okay.
Hare Krishna नवीना, कसे आहात तुम्ही?
छान आहे.
छान आहे, खूप छान. छानच राहा, हा? ठणठणीत राहा. Hare Krishna. All right, let's start. 1, 2, 3.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us. Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us. We have learned some real good stuff.
We have learned some real good
stuff. Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
And today for you we will sing.
And today for you we will sing.
If our room is clean,
If our room is clean,
then our mind is clean.
then our mind is clean.
If our mind is clean,
If our mind is clean,
we can do anything.
we can do anything.
If our room is dirty,
If our room is dirty,
then so are we.
then so are we.
But if we are dirty,
And if we are dirty,
we're not happy.
we're not happy.
Wasting time.
Wasting time
is the greatest crime.
is the greatest crime.
Because wasted time.
Because wasted time
means a wasted mind.
means a wasted mind.
The best is your time.
The best is your time.
When you're in your prime.
When you're in your prime.
In your whole life.
And your whole life
will be sublime.
will be sublime.
If our wealth is gone.
If your wealth is gone,
then there's nothing wrong.
then there is nothing wrong.
If your health is gone.
If your health is gone,
That's a different song.
that's a different song.
If your character dies.
But if your character dies,
then the world will cry.
then the world will cry.
Only saintly behavior.
Only saintly behavior
That's humanity thrive.
lets humanity thrive.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We must always remember Krishna.
We must always remember Krishna
And never forget him too.
and never forget him too.
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
That is the greatest question.
That is the greatest question.
And here's the greatest clue.
And here is the greatest clue.
You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
So listen very closely.
So listen very closely
And make your thinking sharp.
and make your thinking sharp.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
If something's due tomorrow.
If something's due tomorrow,
Finish it today.
finish it today.
Whatever's due today.
And whatever's due today,
Do it now, don't delay.
do it now, don't delay.
Your friends might be lazy.
Your friends might be lazy,
Or doing bad things.
doing bad things,
But you think again.
but you think again.
You
Don't
don't follow them.
Don't follow them.
And you will win the end.
And you will win in the end.
Whatever work we're given.
Whatever work we're given,
We do our really best.
we do our really best.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
This is how to live, to work and to play. To learn to live this way, of see Krishna every day.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way, see Krishna every day.
When our time is up, we'll take our sacrifice. We're singing notes with him with our hearts full of love.
And when our time is up, he'll take us up above. We'll sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
The giant Krishna's name, his glory and his strength, is the only in this world will ever become same.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame is the only way this world will ever become sane.
Now please ask this greatest question.
Now please ask this greatest question
And find this greatest clue.
and find this greatest clue.
You can only remember Krishna.
You can only remember Krishna if Krishna remembers you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai.
Jai. His Holiness Srila Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Shri Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Namo Vishnu Padar Krishna Vastava Bhutale Srimati Mahavishnu Goswami Namine. Namo Vishnu Padar Krishna Vastava Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gavani Pusayana Nivisheshu Navari Pasha Sarini. Hare Krishna. So with this we conclude. Now we'll see you next week. Sanjeev Prabhu is going, Krishna willing, he is going to India, coming to India living on the 6th and reaching on the 7th of this month, July. Right, he's setting up the farming part and all. So hopefully in a couple of years' time we'll have projects there, in Kurukshetra, Haryana and Punjab. So setting up there. We wish you all the best and all nice journey, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Babuji. Thank you. Thank you very much. Krishna willing, yes, I'm going on 6th. We're going from here. And yes, Prabhuji, there is a plan. So everything goes well. And by the mercy of Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. And yeah, projects will go well, yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. All the best to you. All right. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So we'll all see you, Krishna willing, same place, same time next week. Till then, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.